Hello everyone, this is Remy Sanchez with Energy Fitness Gymnastics, and I'm here again to teach you how to do a skill with the home learning program. This is going to be a dive cartwheel today. As most of our videos go, we will start with a warm-up, then we will break down the skill, and then we will do conditioning. Let's get started. The first thing that we are going to do is a cartwheel. So we will do our simple, practice our good cartwheel skill. Start in a lunge. Cartwheel, land, up. Do this about 5 times because this will be important for this skill. So the next thing we are going to do is a front lunge and bring your knee up. So we're going to go deep lunge, bring your knee up. Deep lunge, bring your knee up. This is what's going to get your power. If we are going to do this with a power hurdle. Afterwards, what we're going to do is arm circles so that we can focus on, or we can start thinking about coordinating our arms with our hurdle. So we go forward, arm circles forward. Do this for about 10 seconds. Afterwards, what we are going to do are skips. So we go skip, 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 skip for 10 seconds. And then afterwards, what we are going to do are long jumps. So what we will do is start with our legs together. We're trying to jump as long as you can. Arms up. Jump. Arms up. Jump. Okay, so now what we are going to do is break down the skill. This will be in 2 parts. First will be to practice the power hurdle, which will be our power for the dive cartwheel. And second will be the cartwheel itself and jumping over a block. So what we are going to do first is what we've done in the warm-up, which is a long jump. Now we are going to do this, but keep our arms up when we land. So look like this. Arms up. And down. Then afterwards, we are going to take a step farther. We are going to do same thing, but step forward once. Go here, jump, forward. For the next thing, we're going to use this to go into a cartwheel. What I suggest is do this a couple of times. First, slowly to understand the movement. Then secondly, you can do it continuously to try and use this skill, or try and begin to use this skill as a form of power for your cartwheel. So, legs together, arms up. Go here. Long jump, lunge, cartwheel. Oh, wait. Yeah. Afterwards, what we're going to do is use a hula hoop for this. So what we are going to do is go, start here. We're going to go long jump into the hula hoop. Bam. Step out. Cartwheel. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is a dive cartwheel over a block. Now we have our hurdle. We understand what it is, and now it's time to try and get air with our cartwheel. So what is important to think about is trying to dive over this block. Try and have a point in which neither your hands or your feet are touching the floor. So in a beautiful lunge here, and what I'm going to do is dive to my hands. I go here, jump, and over. After, when I feel comfortable with that, I will use a hurdle. I'll go here, hurdle, lunge, jump, and down. Now, if I feel comfortable with this, I can replace this block with a higher one. I can do so with this. And what we do is we go here, lunge, jump, and here. The higher the block, the higher that you will be able to, you'll push yourself to go for a cartwheel, and then you'll be able to do even harder skills with this. Legs together, hurdle, jump, and down. Once you're comfortable with this and understand the idea of getting air with your cartwheel, you may try it on the floor. So begin with a hurdle to get power. Begin with a power hurdle. So legs together, arms up, and down. Then, once you're comfortable with that and get enough power with that, go here, legs, lunge, and hurdle, dive, cartwheel. All right, that's it for the skill portion of this video. So, that being said with the skill, there are two things that we need to think about with a dive cartwheel. The first is when your dive cartwheel should be high and when it should be low. Now, the two progressions to this, the two harder skills that we are going to learn from this dive cartwheel is 1, an aerial, and 2, a round off. A round off is a power skill. That is a skill you need to use to do in order to gain even more momentum in order to do a backflip, double backflip, back full, anything. An aerial is a flight skill. It's a skill that you go off, so you need to get high in order to be able to have enough momentum and have enough time for your legs to go around your body. So, for the round off naturally, that needs to be low in order for you to have as much horizontal momentum so that you can go into a back tumbling. I'm going to show. So this is what a dive cartwheel would look like if you're prepping for an aerial. I'm going to try and get as much height as possible. I go hurdle, dive, like so. You see how most of my time was in the air. Now, what I'm going to show is a dive cartwheel for a for a round off. Like so. Okay, now it's time for the conditioning so that our body can be strong enough to do this skill. The first thing that we are going to do is straight jump with arms. Go up. Do that about 10 times. Afterwards, what we're going to do is a cartwheel from the other leg. Everyone has a dominant leg for a cartwheel, whether it be the right or the left. Mine is the right leg. I start on the right. So what I'm going to do is start on the left. Have a nice lunge here, and instead of my hands pointing to the right, like they usually do, they will point to the left. And go cartwheel. After this, to generate power, what we are going to do is do a cartwheel from the knee. We're going to go into a lunge on the knee, arms up, and what we're going to focus on is kicking our back leg as hard as we can. Go here, kick, and then up. Okay, and for the last exercise that we are going to do, we are going to continue with the power from the back leg, and we are going to do prone leg kicks. So, make sure you do this on both sides, by the way. Arms by your ears in a nice lunge. Put your hands down and kick up. Make sure that your legs are absolutely straight. All right, that is it for our conditioning for this skill. All right, so now that we are done our skill, what we're going to do is a general cool down, which will help you stretch every muscle in your body in order for you to rest and recuperate properly. The first thing we're going to do is warm up or work with our shoulders. We will take one arm, put it across our body, and press forward. Press into your chest. Then you will switch. Afterwards, take your wrist like so, put your elbow behind, and push backward. And do the other one. Then what we're going to do is child's pose. So we will go to our knees, our hands in, forward, and press our shoulders down to the ground. Afterwards, we will lie down on our back like so. And what we will do is bring our foot here. This is going into upper back, lower back, and glutes. The other side. Afterwards, what we will do is cobra. Go here, push up. Now that we've stretched out our upper and lower back, what we will do is go to our hips. We will start in butterfly. Hold our feet. However, if you're afraid of sickling your feet, you can hold your ankles like so and push your feet, your knees down. Then we will go into straddle. We'll go to one foot, reach over with your opposite arm and grab as far as you can. Face the foot and go down. Go to the other side. Face the foot and go down. Then put our hands down and reach forward and do pancake. Now, if this is too hard, you can just reach this much forward. However, if you feel more advanced, you go all the way down. Do that a couple of times in order to cool down your hips. Afterwards, we go to pike position. So what we do is legs together, arms straight, legs straight, toes pointed, and reach down. Flex our feet and go down. Then we go to splits. So we start in a nice lunge, push forward. Straighten your leg, straight back, go down. Now, in both these positions, as well as the split, make sure that both hips are facing forward. So, when we go down to our split, go as far as you can while keeping your legs forward, while keeping your hips forward. Both hips facing the wall in front of you. Make sure that you're not here, but here. A good way in order to do this is turn your front leg out so that your hip stays here. Go all the way down as far as you can and hold. Back up, and then we'll do the other side. Push forward, both hips forward, legs straight, and down. And go. All right, ladies, gonna just do a little shakeout. And the last thing we will do is a middle split. So we will go here, go into our straddle, go forward, and push down, and hold. Hold each split for about 30 seconds, and then when you are done, do a little shakeout, and that will be our gymnastics stretch routine.